Hello, everyone. Welcome to VietAI Summit. So very glad to have you all today. And today I'm very excited to talk about our achievements and also the direction that we're taking moving forward. So VietAI was founded about 2 years ago, actually beginning of 2018 by me and Thuc Vu. So it's actually started 2017. We are having a gathering at the Tết holiday 2017. So here is me, Thuc, and Quoc. Quoc is a very famous scientist at Google brand. And at that time, Thuc was saying, let's do something together. It would be fun. So we started from there. And our vision is to see Vietnam in the AI world map. There has been so many countries, pioneering in AI. We want to see Vietnam in the world map of like developed country doing AI. So our goal is to build a community of world-class AI talents in Vietnam. And what we do is by building 3 pillars. So one is education. So far, we have trained about 250 students. And we have 6 classes in Saigon, and we have 3 classes in Hanoi. And so Saigon have a little bit more students now, 70%. And our students love the class so much that they even draw a picture about our teaching teams. So these are one of the very first members of the teaching teams. And everyone has a character. And Hoa is one of the first students, so she drew this picture. And other students, they also wrote nice words about our staff. So just give you a few minutes to read through this. Has been a wonderful time studying with the whole of the VietAI teaching team. I appreciate the knowledge that you brought. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I'm really happy that my first step was guided by you all. So we have trained many good students. So some of them even don't know about machine learning or deep learning at all. But after taking our first class, they now, can go to international event and they can achieve great results. So here's a picture of Hoa and Jung. So they study biomedical and then they work for a hospital now. And Jung is now at VietAI. And also, our students, they flew from Hanoi to Saigon to take the first class, this is Ngọc. And then he came back to Hanoi to start VietAI Hanoi. And he also wrote nice resources for people to learn about AI, machine learning. So he get like a GitHub with 1,000 stars on how to learn machine learning in 2 months, which is the time it takes for the VietAI class. And we also have, inspired other universities. For example, Thang is a university in Hanoi. One of the staff took our class, and then they came back and built a new software to check if the student attend the class or not. I think a lot of students might not be very happy about this. And we asked our students, what do they do after they take the VietAI class? And 16% have changed their jobs into AI-related work, and about 27% have applied machine learning to improve the existing product in the companies, and about 60% want to thinking about changing the jobs. And let me talk about our class in details, and also thank to our full teams here, the lecturer in Saigon, Hanoi, and the advisors. Maybe let's give them a round of applause. So our class have 2 parts. One is about the basic machine learning for 4 weeks, and then advanced deep learning for 6 weeks. And over the time, we have improved how we have selected students. So we have entrance tests where we have the leaderboard as well. So they can see how they perform compared to the other peers. And our assignment is very diverse, and we also customize for Vietnamese context. Vietnam is famous for the traffic, crazy traffic. like car, motorbike, all together. So the question is, how can you detect motorbike or car? How do you extract motorbike or car? So these can be useful, if you want to count like how many cars or how many motorbikes are on the road at one specific time. We also teach our students how to do translations, translating from English to Vietnamese. And you also see picture of how, different words go together, like this girl translate to go guy. So they get to see the real AI in action. So they get to translate from English to Vietnamese. And so our assignment, we also host on Kaggle. So Kaggle is like the largest community of data scientists. So our students compete with one another. So some of them get very good results above the one that set up by our staff. So I think this is pretty amazing. And we also have guest lectures. You know that I don't actually come to Vietnam to teach many classes. So this is my first class offline last week. So this is to say that our team are very capable. They can just teach the class by themselves. And this is one of the key desire of VietAI. We want to get the talents on the ground to teach the class. And we also get experts using technology, like OmniLab robotics here. So Trill is a Google brand resident. So he used the robot to ask students to do the homework on the board. And then he can check the homework on the board remotely. So I think this is a very interesting way of using technology. So let me talk about the community. We have our team go to other events to inspire people. So Dai is one of the speakers. He talked about how he has become an AI researcher, and then our director Tu, he also shared about VietAI missions, operations. And I think you will hear from Thức later in the afternoon about one of the AI Grand Challenge that we have partnered with Canberra to organize a few months ago. So we have a good connections with people around the world. We are very proud that we have Vietnamese at Google brand, and these I got them to wear VietAI t-shirt to take a picture. I'm very proud of that. And so Anh Hưng, he is now a VietAI director. You will hear from his talk later in the afternoon. We have about 8 tech talks. You can see all the speakers come from all over the world. So from Microsoft Research, from Maryland, from Germany, from Vietnam, and from Google. So a few months ago, we have a CTO of ELSA to talk about speech recognition. And then we have a PhD student talk about reinforcement learning. So whenever I hear someone come back to Vietnam, I always ask them, hey, let's come and give a talk at VietAI. So if you happen to come visit Vietnam, let us know. We can host you. So let me talk about the last part on R&D. We already set up the foundation class, and now we're moving toward doing something deeper. We have pilot an advanced class on medical domain. We aim for students to compete globally. Right now we're working on the chest expert data set from Stanford. We also partner with local hospital, Thang hospital, to get their own data set so our students can work on the data set. We also hope that we can get more data sets from other companies. So we get some results. Maybe I can skip for now, but hopefully we can talk more offline. So beside the class, we also encourage our students to participate in competitions. So last year, our team won the first prize, and they use a cute name, Khả Ái, Khả Vi, Khả Nghịch. And this is the Yellow AI Challenge. And they compete in how to recognize if the voice from the north, the middle, or the south. And also whether it's from male or female. And we also try to compete in international competitions. We got 13, ranking 13 for one of the Google research competition. This is thanks to Thang, one of the teaching lead of VietAI. And let me tell you a little bit more about one of the competitions that we participated recently. It's about adding diacritics for the language. In Vietnamese, meaning thêm dấu tiếng Việt. And we one of the top team in that competition. And the task is to add the accent to the sentence. So this one is actually pretty easy, you know. Chủ nhật này chúng tôi bay ra Hà Nội. But then let me ask you about the next two. Cô ấy rất đảm đang chu đáo với gia đình. And mẹ em đi chợ rồi, em đang ngồi coi quán. If you're not careful, you might read into different sentences. I won't say it here, but maybe some of you already figured it out. It's swapped anyway. And VietAI also care about open sourcing, you know, sharing things to people. So recently we start to do GitHub. We open source, you know, even the previous competition. We also start sharing the code. And recently we share a code for you to enrich the data set. If you have a sentence in English or Vietnamese, you can run a translation system from English to French and translate back to English. So you get a paraphrase. And that allows us to collect more data if you don't have a lot of Vietnamese or a lot of English language data sets. So what's next? We want to bring the course to more people. So we are in the process of discussing with Cambria so we can bring some of the course online so more people can take the course. We're also thinking about train-the-trainer program, T3, where we want to have local universities, whether it's from Hue, which we already did some work, you know, or Da Nang or anywhere else. We want to teach the staff there so they can bring the course back to the universities. And we also want to do more research and development through corporate partnerships. So we have drafted a plan for the corporate partnerships. We want to offer the corporate to train AI engineers, whether through our foundation class or the pre-foundation class. We also want to introduce our talented students to the corporates. You know, they can give us the data set, and then our students can work on the data set, or they can come and visit our class and recruit the students. So we also will feature our partners on our events and you know, on our social media. So I would like to thank our current partners, Khoa học Tự nhiên, Firmentrick, Cambria, and University of Greenwich from Hanoi. We're also in discussion with a few different partners, VinBrain, VinAI, VietAI International, and also Van Lang University. So in summary, I think VietAI had achieved something. I hope you agree with me on that. And we hope to achieve more. We want to go both breadth, you know, bringing the course to more people. We also want to go in depth, getting more advanced courses out, and doing more research. So with that, thank you everyone. Let's also invite our teams to come up to the stage. Do we have time? Okay, all right, maybe let's do it later. Okay, thank you everyone.